This is KVUE News Midday.
Synthetic drugs once again causing huge problems for the city of Austin. What's happening today to potentially fix the problem? A Senate showdown at hand over President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, how it could change the Senate and the courts for years to come.
And sunshine right now, but I am tracking some rain headed our way. I'll let you know when that arrives.
Good morning to you. Thanks for being with us for KVUE News Midday on this Thursday morning. I'm Brian Mays. Let's begin with breaking news out of Washington this midday. Republicans have promised Neil Gorsuch will be confirmed as the next Supreme Court justice, and Democrats have just blocked the move. ABC's Maggie Ruley reports this is something that's rarely done.
Do hereby move to bring to a close debate on the nomination of Neil M. Gorsuch.
The Senate showdown finally comes to a head. And in a rare move, Senate Democrats filibuster the nomination of Judge Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court.
Something completely unprecedented in the history of our Senate, and out of all proportion to the eminently qualified judge who's actually before us.
Now Senate Republicans are answering right back, threatening a move so controversial it's called the nuclear option, blowing up.
Okay, obviously having some audio difficulties with that story. We are going to re-edit that, and we'll have that for you later on here on this newscast. Meantime, police are questioning witnesses this morning after a deadly shooting in southeast Austin. Happened at an apartment complex parking lot near East Riverside just before 5 this morning. One person was killed, another in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police say it's possible a crash happened before the shooting and that multiple vehicles were involved. Right now, no arrests have been made. Happening today, Austin Mayor Steve Adler will address the rise of synthetic drug use in Austin, an issue the city's been dealing with for about 5 years now. Austin-Travis County EMS has seen an uptick in calls for adverse reaction to the drugs in the past few weeks, commonly called K2. These synthetic drugs are made from a combination of hazardous chemicals. Just last night, 25 people were hospitalized in Austin with bad reactions. Back on Monday, 20 people were also taken to the hospital for similar troubles. Last week, responders treated 50 people, rushed 23 to the hospital. Austin police have been working with state and national officials to try and remedy this problem. Texas drivers could soon be asked to help clear the state's huge backlog of untested rape kits. The Texas House set to approve a bill asking drivers renewing their driver's licenses to donate $1 to a fund to cover the cost of testing those rape kits. Austin police hoping you can help them find a man accused of sexually assaulting a woman inside of a Burger King restaurant. Surveillance video here in the Burger King on East Ben White Boulevard. Police say 2 employees were prepping food early Sunday morning when a man went in through the side door and sexually assaulted one of the women. He's somewhere between 5'8" and 5'10". If you know who this man is, you're encouraged to call police. A new investigation shows hundreds of TSA workers have failed drug and alcohol tests over the span of 6 years. According to a report, more than 850 TSA workers at airports across the country tested positive for drugs or alcohol between 2010 and 2016. Here in Austin, there have been 5 failed drug tests and 2 failed alcohol tests. The TSA conducts drug and alcohol tests randomly. Tests also given if there's a reasonable suspicion an employee is under the influence. Texas lawmakers start to take up the state's $218 billion budget at the Capitol today. House members deciding what to pay for and what to cut out from the state's budget, going over 400 amendments that have been filed. At the last session 2 years ago, House members filed around 350 amendments to the budget. That debate that year lasted 18 hours. Taking a live look outside this midday, it is a nice day. A cool start, but we're headed for the 70s again today. Here's the blue skies we're talking about. Erica Lopez joins us now with a first look at our midday forecast. Hello, Erica.
Hello. Yeah, good morning. Under a ridge of high pressure, that's what's given us those blue skies and the cooler temperatures we started off our day with today, but we're going to warm up quite nicely today. Current conditions outside, we're just under 70 degrees, so 69 both at ABIA and Camp Mabry. Dew points on the dry side also, so that ridge of high pressure helps push all of the moisture out of our atmosphere, and so we have a very dry air mass settling in. Current temps for the hill country. upper 60s already. Enchanted Rock, you guys were one of the areas that were in the 30s this morning. 69 in Austin. San Marcos at 63 degrees. The eastern counties getting close to 70, so we're not quite at 70 degrees yet, but we are forecasting your daytime highs to get into the upper 70s by this afternoon. Lunchtime plans, it is spectacular outside. We're just eliminating those winds that we battled yesterday. So today the winds are calm, but I am tracking stronger winds this weekend, and after those winds, some rain. So I'm going to pinpoint hour by hour what we can expect for the next few days. Brian, back to you.
Erica, looks like a good day for a picnic. We'll see you again in a few minutes. More than 8,000 current and former Uber and Lyft drivers in Massachusetts have been banned from driving in the state under new background check regulations. In November, the ride-sharing companies agreed to let the state run its own background checks. More than 10% of applicants did not pass. More than 1,500 drivers rejected for a violent crime charge. Other reasons for denial include various driving offenses, felony convictions, and sex abuse and exploitation. The state also identified 51 sex offenders. Uber and Lyft typically rely on their own background check system, looking for disqualifying offenses over the last 7 years. Ford is under the microscope this morning over doubts about the fix to its latest recall. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is reviewing the recall of more than 200,000 cars, SUVs, and vans. The vehicles can run low on coolant, overheat, and catch fire. Ford has said it would install a sensor warning owners when the coolant is low. Critics say the sensor does not fix the underlying problem. The Traffic Safety Administration will decide if other repairs are needed. A growing recall alert this morning. The medication you have at home that might not be effective. Plus, a driver arrested in Kingsville on her way to Mexico. What agents found inside a woman's gas tank. Stay with us.